Here we go. Bon appetit.
Oh. Ooh. Looks fabulous.
You sound like the county coroner. What's the matter? You don't like veal?
No, veal's great.
I should think you'd be really happy. I followed the recipe and everything. I didn't leave anything out.
Darling, this is going to be wonderful.
That's better. I like it when you smile. Oh, no, it's going to get cold.
No, don't worry. Whatever it is, I'll give it.
Evening, Cruz.
Oh, hello.
I hope I'm not coming at a bad time.
Actually, we were just... Come on in.
Thank you.
This is my fiancée, Eden Capwell. I'm sure you recognize Police Commissioner Rivers.
Hello.
I know your father. It's a great pleasure to meet you, Miss Capra.
Nice to meet you.
Is this about the...
Miami assignment? Yes. I understand how you feel, but it's only a 2-month assignment. It isn't as if we were asking you to move there.
Gosh, you didn't have to come all the way down here.
Oh, you said no to the captain.
Well, you know, the trouble with police assignments is somebody figures they're going to last 2 months and they always end up lasting 6. Besides which, I'm not really in the mood to be gone for even 2.
I wish you'd reconsider. You're one of the most valuable men we've got, Cruz, and we need you to handle this for us.
Sir, the truth is, I can think of at least 5 men on the force who could do as good a job in Miami as I could. And if you don't mind my asking, what's so important about this anyway?
Can't you just go without asking? I mean, I know you requested that you not be sent out of town, but we would like you to make an exception this time.
An exception always leads to another, I find.
This isn't a social invitation, Cruz. It isn't even a friendly request. This is an official assignment. No matter how good you are, we can't give you the leeway to decide which assignments you'll accept and which ones you'll refuse. And you start that, and you're going to end up jeopardizing what looks to be a fine future in the department. Do this one job for us. After the 2 months are up, you will be in line for a nice promotion.
Cruz? Excuse me?
What is it, Eden?
I think you should take the job.
Stay out of this, please.
No, I'm sorry. I can't. It's too important to both of us.
You know, we're wasting a lot of lovely music. Shall we dance?
We have a very erratic track record on the dance floor, don't we? The first time it ended awkwardly, second time it ended angrily.
Well, I think we should keep trying until we get it right. Come on. Another chance?
I'd like to know what you were doing in here.
It's none of your business. I wish you'd keep your hands off of me, please.
Anything that concerns Brick is my business. You're not going anywhere, are you?
All right, if you must know, I had some paperwork that was unfinished I wanted him to look at the time of the accident.
And you conduct your business at night, do you?
I have to conduct my business whenever I can now that Brick is incapacitated.
It's no secret that you dislike him, and I don't like you being around him.
You do me a great injustice, Amy. I admit in the beginning I was hoping he would go to New Staland with you, but things have changed since the accident and our conversation. I realized that I was being unfair. Maybe he was doing what Minx wanted him to do. I should have been angry at her, not him.
So you're not angry with Brick?
No. No, not at all.
I see. So let me get this straight. You don't care if he goes or if he stays. Is that what you're saying?
No, of course not, dear. He should do whatever he wants, what makes him happy. I mean, life is too short. And also, I think that maybe you might forgive me for the things I've said, because then we could be friends. I'm very sincere about that.
I'm sorry. I don't believe a word of what you just said, so please, stay away from him.
Well, you win some, you lose some. And again, sometimes you win the important things.
You know, I have this theory that certain people are meant to dance together. Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, Baryshnikov and Kirkland, you and I.
Mason, you're getting a little sickening.
No, I can't seem to help myself.
You're lavishing so much attention on me, it's likely to turn my head.
Well, so are you, you going to try to resist?
You know, there are so many women out there who must have so much in common with you. I mean, Santa Barbara alone must be teeming with them.
No, on the contrary. I searched the world until I found you. You'd be amazed at how many women I weeded out.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I've cataloged your every virtue, cross-indexed them. Try me, give me a letter of the alphabet. I'll give you something that starts with that letter that I find irresistible in you.
I think our guitar player is blushing. Tell me something, Mason. When you were in college, did you major in seduction?
No. I even flunked beginning flirtation.
Yeah, well, I think you should go back, because I think they'll give you an honorary degree now.
Oh, no, wait a minute. I hope you don't think I'm being insincere.
Oh, of course not.
You do. But you mustn't, because I'm not. Anyway, look at me. I love being with you. I think you have intelligence and spirit, and I think you're probably the most honest human being I've ever met.
Goodness.
But if you feel you can't return my feelings, I'll not only understand, but I'll leave a suicide note exonerating you completely.
You're hopeless. You are genuinely hopeless.
No, you got that all wrong. Actually, I'm full of hope and expectation. Look, I know it might be hard for you to trust any man after what happened in your family, but I want you to feel that you can trust me. I'll be gentle and considerate, whatever you want me to be.
I don't have a list of requirements, really. I sort of take people as they are. But you do frighten me a little. More than a little.
And I'll stop.
Don't you want to know why?
I'll slow down. Tell me why.
Because I don't think you can slow down. That's part of it. You move so fast and so smoothly.
Well, would you feel safer if I scuffed my foot in the dirt and fumbled around for words?
Oh, no. No, I love the way you talk. I love to listen to you. I just said it scares me a little, that's all.
It makes you think I'm insincere. But I'm not. At least not with you.
Well, maybe you're right. Maybe I do need to trust people.
Well, why don't you let me be the one to teach you? It's as easy as dancing.
Well, you have me doing that with a degree of confidence. All right. How do I go about learning to trust people?
Well, first you have to let yourself get very close to somebody, preferably somebody you're drawn to.
And then?
Well, and then you put yourself completely in his hands or his arms, as the case may be, and close your eyes and just let it happen.
And is that all there is to it?
Not quite, but it's a good beginning.
I think I could learn to like this.
I think you could learn to love this.
Now, I'm not trying to tell you what to do.
You should listen to Miss Capwell.
I don't need Miss Capel's advice nor anyone else's. I'm not going to Miami, and that's flat out it, if you'll excuse me.
Foolish, Cruz. Really foolish. You had a lot ahead of you. Nice meeting you, Miss Capwell.
Commissioner. I don't understand you.
Obviously.
Well, then maybe you'd like to explain it to me? What's going on here? I thought you loved the police force.
I do.
Well, then if you're doing this for my benefit, don't do it because I don't need it.
Do you remember the last time this happened? What was it, a month ago? They wanted me to go to Mississippi to bring back that motorcycle killer who was being extradited. I said no then and no from then on, and you agreed with me at the time.
You can't keep on refusing assignments. Even I know that.
Apparently it doesn't matter, since apparently I'm not a cop anymore.
That's right. What are you gonna do? You're out of a job.
I don't know. I'll get a monkey in an organ. You know, I'm surprised that you're not happy about this. You've always been against my being on the police force.
Oh, no. This is not my doing. I don't want to take credit for it. I don't want to take blame for it. And I want to be on record as being against this.
That's fine. Objection noted. But I'm still curious to know why the change of heart, Eden.
Cruz, you know how much I've been involved in the business. I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling, perhaps even overseas. You and I aren't going to have that much time to spend together anyway.
Oh, I see. Well, you see, I didn't know that. I guess you forgot to mention it.
Yeah, I guess I forgot to mention it. Well, if that happens, what are you going to do with yourself?
Look for a job, I suppose.
No, don't give me that. I want you to get on that phone right now and tell them that you've reconsidered.
Why lie to them, man? I haven't reconsidered, and I'm not about to reconsider.
You can be so stubborn sometimes. I am not kidding. I mean it. I want you to get on that phone and get your job back. Now!
Summer afternoon.
It means you're relaxed. That's good.
Is this where you pounce?
Lesson 2, learning to trust. Never expect the worst. Certainly not of me.
I think I'm catching on to this. I'm enjoying it. It's fun. It's educational.
Maybe I should have brought a blackboard.
Well, that's not what I meant.
You know, I'm not quite sure why. But all I seem to want to do is protect you and hold you. think it has something to do with how unspoiled, innocent you seem compared to the other women I've known.
You know, I've seen a lot of life, Mason. I'm not very worldly in the way that you mean, but I don't think that's such a bad thing. You know, there was a time when men liked women unspoiled, as you call it, and now it seems like a major character flaw or something if you haven't,
Mary,
if you're not, you
Mary,
know.
you're a virgin, aren't you?
Well, isn't that what you're talking about?
Well, no. No, I had assumed that before you went into the convent, there was... Well, I can see I was wrong.
You tricked me into saying that.
I certainly did not.
You know, there's nothing wrong with the way that I am.
Did I say there was?
And I really don't feel like making conversation about my experience or my lack of experience. Thank you very much for what was a very nice evening up until now.
Well, I don't understand why you're so angry
I'm not
about
angry. I'm humiliated is what I am.
it. Mary, would you wait a minute? Mary? You can stop now. In fact, I don't think we'll be needing you the rest of the evening. Gina, have you seen Mary?
No, why?
Nothing.
Well, she wouldn't be up with Cece. It's her night off.
No, she's not with Dad. I was just talking to her. I thought she came back to the house.
I didn't notice, but I haven't been here that long.
Well, she's probably in her room. Never mind.
Well, they say you should know your enemy. Maybe it's time I got to know Mary a little better. Well, would you look at all of this? It looks like the remains of a party or something.
The ruins of one, actually. You looking for Mason?
Mason, no. Brandon thought he left a toy out here, but I was just checking. Are you all right? It looks like you need someone to talk to.
Oh, no, I'd rather not go into it.
Well, if this is about something Mason said or did, I'm not surprised. You're not the first girl he reduced to tears here in the gazebo.
He brings girls here?
Oh, my, yes. Just a month ago, there was a girl sitting right here crying her heart out. Caviar again, too. He is very predictable when it comes to women. Did he have a violinist here?
A guitarist.
Oh.
I think he left when he lost his audience. He had a violinist here the last time?
Yeah, well, you really can't blame Mason. He is awfully charming, but he really shouldn't toy with people's affections so much. And I'm just sorry he was doing it to you.
Oh, no, it was my own fault. I've been out of commission so long, I guess I forgot how to deal with men. Well, not that I was ever expert at it.
Well, he knew you just came out of a convent. He shouldn't have taken advantage of you.
Oh, no, he didn't. He didn't. I just overreacted to something he said. I made a fool out of myself.
Well, as I said, you're not the first one. He's an incurable romantic, though. He's really not the kind of man a woman can trust. You know what I mean?
Now, that's awfully funny you should say that, because we were just talking. Never mind.
Yeah, what?
No, forget it.
Well, Mary, I hope we can be friends. I hope we can confide in each other, because ever since you started working for us, I really like you a lot. And maybe I can help you with certain things. You know, I have some experience, heaven knows, and if you have any questions, you just ask me. I'm totally discreet.
It's really kind of you, Gina.
All right. Now just remember, I'm right here. Anytime, day or night.
Thank you.
Oh, what are those things doing out again? Lionel, Minx, anybody home? Want those tin cans out of here by the time he gets back. Yes, I want to place a call to Zurich, Switzerland, please. It's the Banque Suisse, and I need to speak to Monsieur Boulet's secretary. No, I'm sorry, I don't have the number. Thank you. Like living in Camelot. Yes, hello. I'm calling from California. Est-ce que vous parlez anglais? Oh, good. I'm calling for Monsieur Boulet's secretary. Oh, you are? Fine, my name is Augusta Lockridge. I know Monsieur Boulet is traveling in the United States for a few days and that he's due back there on a Friday. Is that right? Yes, I'd like you to tell him that Mr. Barnaby Wallace has signed the necessary paperwork. And as soon as he receives the documents, he's to start making the regular cash deposits we discussed into the new account for Mr. Wallace. Oh, sorry, Barnaby Wallace. Yes, I discussed it with him in detail, personally. Just see that he gets the message. Merci, au revoir. There now, Brick won't be part of this household much longer, no matter what he decides.
Oh, good, Santana, you're still here. I thought maybe you and Rosa had left.
Mama is changing clothes. What do you want, Gina?
I want to tell you that everything you've been doing to discredit me is bouncing back and hurting Brandon. Didn't you see how upset he was when he overheard me saying those things against Cece?
Yes.
And it's even worse for him to hear things said against me. Whether you like it or not, I am the most important thing in that boy's life. And when you try to make him not trust me, and you try to destroy his faith in me, you're destroying his faith in the one person he's ever loved and known.
Well, I think his faith is misplaced, Gina. You're not trustworthy. There's no reason why Brandon should believe that you are. Your little fairy tales at night are one thing, but I think it's time Brandon knows about the real world and just how false some people are.
And who are you to take on that responsibility? You have no right to make decisions or judgments that affect my boy. Because if you start doing that,
Mommy!
Hello, sweetheart. Give me a hug. Oh, that's my boy.
Hi, Santana.
Hi, Brandon.
Mommy, Lionel Lockridge called and said I could come over to play. Can I go?
Well, of course you can. Sounds like a lot of fun to me. But make sure he walks you home when you're finished, all right?
Okay.
Brandon, wait a minute. Come here. I want to tell you something else. Do you remember when I told you never to trust a stranger?
Yes.
Well, that's very important because there are a lot of bad people in the world. And remember how I told you how families stick together and how they love each other?
Mommy, I have to go.
Yeah, I know, sweetheart, but I want to tell you something about Santana. She was a mommy once. Did you know that?
No.
Gina, I don't know what you think you're doing.
Yes, she had a baby of her very own. And that baby wanted her and needed her. And you know what she did?
Stop it, Gina. Don't do this.
She gave that baby away to strangers because she didn't want that baby or love it.
Santana, why?
I did love my baby, Brandon. And I wanted him. But I was very young then, and a lot of bad people came and they took him away from me. And I would give anything in the world if I could have him with me now, because I've never...
All right, sweetheart, you can go back and play now. But I want you to know that I love you more than anything in the world, and that I'd never, ever give you away.
I love you too. Bye.
There are so many guys who could do that job besides me. It doesn't have to be me.
They seem to think it does.
Well, he's full of it. I'm not gonna let some stupid bureaucrat push me around. This whole thing stinks. I wouldn't do it now if my life depended on it.
I think you've made that very clear.
And I'm not gonna call and beg to get my job back either, so don't ask me to do that again, please.
Well, I think you're being very foolish.
Well, thanks for the vote of confidence.
Look, if our relationship cannot handle being away...
We can handle that. We can handle anything. Why should we have to?
Because it's going to happen eventually anyway. That's my job.
Let's see. So, you're gonna be jet setting around the world now, is that it?
Yes, that's it. I'm going to have lots of business to attend to, checking on capital affairs. There's a lot of publicity that has to be generated. And frankly, I'm excited about it.
Well, frankly, I'm not excited about Miami.
All right. Okay. I'm not going to try and change your mind anymore, okay? maybe we can just work it out. You can come with me on my business trips, and we can pay your way first class, and we can even get you a wardrobe. You can sort of be one.
I am your fiance. I am not your paid companion. If we go someplace, I will pay my own way like I always have. If I need new clothes, I'll buy myself new clothes. I'm not interested in being kept.
I am sorry if I made it seem that way. It was very tactless of me. Look, you have more pride than any 10 men I know. I know that you want to pursue other interests.
I have interests. I'm sure it's shocking to some people. I have other interests. I have some ideas about things I'd like to do besides being... I don't need to... Maybe you better get out of here.
Sure.
I think I need to be alone.
Sorry about dinner.
Me too. I'm sorry too. I appreciate your fixing it.
Well, I'll do it again some other time.
That would be nice.
Whenever you say.
Most horrible, vengeful woman I have ever known.
Are you
Gina.
upset, Santana?
You bet I'm upset.
Well, good. Now you know how I felt when you and Augusta set me up to say those things against Cece.
All you ever think about, Gina, is getting even with people. Isn't that right?
I thought you wanted Brandon to know what the real world was like. Well, I told him. But the big difference between what I did just now and what you and Augusta did was that I didn't hurt Brandon at all. He doesn't love you the way he loves me. And hearing something bad about you doesn't affect him at all.
One way or the other, Gina, I am going to make certain that you pay for everything you've done to Brandon and everyone else. If it is the last thing I ever do, I'll find a way to take him away from you.
I am not paranoid. I know Augusta Lockridge is trying to hurt Brick. All I want to do is help him, but that bozo thinks I came all the way back here from New Salem because I feel sorry for him. Well, he's wrong.
I know he loves you very much.
Better, because I love him. I never realized how much until I went back to New Salem and felt how empty my life was without him. He means more to me than anything they can give me back there.
That's quite an admission.
It's easy because it's true. I missed him.
Amy, I know you don't want to think about this, but what if it turns out that Brick becomes paralyzed?
Nick.
I'm sorry, but it's a very real possibility.
All I know is that I need him. His strength, his determination, that silly sense of humor. Those are all the things I fell in love with, and they won't be paralyzed. But I've got to make him believe that I've come back to him.
Somehow, I think you'll be able to do that.
I'm a tough cookie. I can take a lot of punishment.
Which is what you may have to do this time.
I know. Whatever it takes, that's what I'm going to do.
I'll have you know these are authentic suits of armor. I mean, they used to take these knights, they dress up in these, and they lift them up on the horses, and they gallop off and do battle.
Oh, but they're heavy.
They're heavy and they're hot.
Forget the feudal customs for a minute. There's a letter from Lake, and come over here.
Oh, excuse me, Brandon. I'll be right back. Where's it from?
Lake Tahoe. What is she doing in Lake Tahoe?
Well, having a good time, I hope.
I hope not. Not after all the worrying we've done about her.
Come on.
Little boy, why don't you sit down and I'll bring you some cookies.
It came to play, not to have tea. What does she say?
Yes, ma'am.
Dear Mom and Dad, I imagine you've been worried. Oh, but please don't. I'm fine. I've gotten a job up here and I'm enjoying working. I miss all of you and hope everything is okay. I've learned a lot since I've been gone, and I think I've done some growing up. I love you all so much, but I found out that I can get by on my own, and that's something I needed to know. What does she mean that she's learned a lot and she's growing up? I don't like the sound of that.
Well, we both know she had to go out on her own someday. What else did she say?
We'll write again soon, love Lakin.
Well, I feel a lot better knowing where she is and hearing from her. Hey, Brandon, how about you and I get some cookies, huh?
Why not animal crackers and warm milk?
I think Coco will do. How about it, huh? All right?
Okay.
I'll be right back. You stay right with me.
Capo residence.
Oh, Mary. Good. It's Mason. I'm glad you answered.
Oh, Mason, I am so sorry about what happened before. I was really rude and I didn't mean it.
Oh, that's all right. All is forgiven, but I'm going to need some help.
What's wrong?
I'm at a sushi place downtown.
Oh.
I was driving around feeling lonely, and I stopped here. I've only had a couple of drinks, but I make it a rule never to drink and drive. Would I be imposing too much if I asked you to come pick me up?
Where are you precisely?
Well, you know, that sushi restaurant at the corner of Anacapa and Chapala Streets. You can't miss it. It's full of Japanese chefs with knives yelling at each other.
Well, Mason, I don't believe in people drinking and driving, so yeah, I'll come pick you up. I'll leave right now. Listen, don't drink anything more till I get there, okay?
I've just gone on the wagon, or the rickshaw. I'll be expecting you.
I'm going to be Arthur and you be Mordred.
Okay.
Right? Look, see, this is the catapult.
What's going on here?
We are reconstructing history, thank you very
What,
much.
the War of the Cookies? Do you realize what a mess you've made?
What? Oh.
We'll clean it up.
Oh, well, never mind. I mean, nobody can have fun if they're going to be neat.
It's a new note, Johnny.
No, I just don't want Brandon to think I'm the Wicked Witch of the North. However, when you're finished, I would like all this tin junk to be moved.
It's not junk.
Well, if you say so. I just want all of this stuff taken out of the middle of the room in some semblance of order.
Yes, dear.
Now remember, no cleanup, no more Knights of the Round Table.
Hey, Brandon. You know what a practical joke is?
No?
Want me to show you?
Yeah, sure. What do we do?
I have a plan. Come here. I'll tell it to you.
No, I mean it. You really should let me introduce you to the delights of sushi sometime. That place we just left is a pearl of the Occident.
Mason, I don't think I'm quite ready for raw fish with you yet.
No, I know you're still having trouble with raw emotions.
Don't you start on me.
I'm not starting. I'm abjectly apologetic. I know I offended you this evening. I'm not quite sure how, but I'm deeply sorry. Oh, you're looking very stern, like something superior. You know, the Japanese have a saying.
Well?
Well, what?
Well, what do the Japanese say?
Aha, that piqued your interest, huh?
No, skip it.
Oh, no, I want to tell you. They're very wise, the Japanese.
Yes. So what's the saying?
What saying?
The saying that you're about to tell me.
I've forgotten. No, really. The Japanese say you should smile more.
That's it?
That's it. I don't think they mean you personally, but people in general. And the Japanese, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but the Japanese are a very smiling people. I think you should smile more. At me. You can start any time now. That's better. It's like the sun just came out or something. Listen, I want us to be friends.
I want us to be friends.
Well, then what's stopping us? If it's that little matter of you're being inexperienced, you don't have to worry.
Mason, you stay off that subject.
I'm off it. Stop the car!
What?
Stop the car!
Are you going to be sick?
No, I'm going to be talkative. Pull over. This is an idyllic spot.
No, I don't want to stop.
Why not? It's perfect. There's no moon, no stars. It's a great place for a conversation. There's nothing to distract us.
Lisa, what are you talking about? There is a moon. There are stars.
Well, I'll be darned. You're right. We'll pull over anyway. It's all the better. Come on. Be a sport. I'd pull over if I was driving.
I bet you would. All right.
Thank you.
But only for a minute.
Oh, that's fine. A minute with you is like 5 minutes with anybody else.
Is that a compliment?
It started out as one. Listen, let's be serious for a minute, okay? I do like you. I don't care if you know it.
Mason, what I don't know, and I never know about you, is when you're teasing me and when you're being sincere.
I know. I have the same problem with myself sometimes. But I can tell I'm being sincere now. I do like you. And I want you to like me. And I want that to grow into something more.
You know what, Mason? You had a lot of champagne in the gazebo, and then you had a lot of sake, and I don't think this is a good time to talk about anything serious, because you see, in the morning you're going to wake up and either you're going to forget this whole thing, or you're going to remember it and regret it.
No, I won't. I swear it. Look, I don't know if you know this, but the Capua coat of arms shows a man with a big smile rampant on a field of forget-me-nots, and over him, in gold letters, is the family motto, and it says, "Regret not, forget not."
This guy with the smile, is he lying rampant or is he running rampant?
Actually, I think he's sleeping rampant. And he's dreaming of somebody named Mary. Why else would he have that smile on his face? We're talking a big smile now, ear to ear.
You are really impossible.
All right, I was stupid. I admit it. I don't like the way I acted. I don't like the things I said. I can get very bossy sometimes, and I don't like myself afterwards. Are you awake?
No.
Look, I know that you gave up your job to be with me. And I need you. It's just that everything with my job and Daddy's illness, I need someone to come home to and talk to and unburden myself with, but I couldn't stand it if you gave up your job, because I'd feel terribly guilty. Are you awake?
No.
Well, then wake up, because I don't want to take the responsibility.
I thought that's what love and marriage were all about, is the taking of responsibility.
Yes, partly yes, that is right. But I want you to feel like you have the freedom to make the choices that are right for you.
I'm doing what I feel is right for me. Being with you is the most important thing in my life.
I can't live with the guilt I'll feel.
I'm not gonna take that job. I know you. I know you better than you know yourself. We're going to need each other in the days ahead more than we ever have before. Even more than I need you right now.
You're right. I'm glad you didn't go to Miami. I need you more than you can possibly know. You loving me is the only reason I got through Daddy's stroke. How can you possibly know me better than I know myself?
I don't know. I just do.
I'm the luckiest person in the world. I didn't want you to go quite as far as you did for me, but am really glad you did deep inside. It's terrible to feel so weak.
And baby, needing somebody, that's not weakness. You have more pressure on you these days than anybody should ever have to face alone.
Maybe you should run for president. That way the whole world could worship and love you the way I do.
Think that's all I need? A little more national exposure? Don't you ever forget. I love you.
That's better. Why didn't you take these to the basement? I hate them. Oh, it's you.
I came to pick up Brandon. It's 9:30, way past his bedtime.
I think Lionel took him home.
When?
I don't know, a while ago. They're not around here.
May I come in for a minute?
I suppose so.
We are alone, aren't we? Yes.
So why?
Because I want to tell you something. I know you and Santana are in this together, and you're trying to turn my son against me. But it won't work. Because Brandon and I love each other very much. And it doesn't matter that I'm not his real mother.
Gia. Stop. Don't say it.
Mommy?
Would you like me to tell you about the first girl I was ever with?
Oh, good grief.
Well, no, I'm not going to tell you her name. I'm not a cad. I was just going to tell you about the experience.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'll pass.
Okay. Suit yourself. Feeling better now?
Yes. No one can say that you're not a very charming man.
Some have tried.
Of course, you have your drawbacks.
First I've heard about them.
I think it's time to take you home, Mr. Kaplan.
Okay, wait a minute. I want to check on something before you start the car.
What?
Well, it was riding a little strangely earlier. I just want to check the tire.
I didn't notice anything.
That's because I was being charming. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Oh, Mason. If something were wrong, would you know what to do about it?
Oh, sure. I'd worry.
What are you doing out there?
Hang on.
I was worrying.
What do you mean? What's wrong?
I'm afraid our tire is going flat.
What?
What rotten luck, huh?